We're getting closer and closer every day to the release of Blood of My Blood, and all I can think about is Outlander Season 8. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really excited about the prequel, but I've been watching the main show for years now, so you get what I'm saying, right? Before we got the dates, I always thought that they would release the prequel after the last season of Outlander, but turns out we're going to watch it before the main show ends. Nevertheless, I still have a lot to tell you about the final season. I've shared my theories about the end of Outlander in multiple other videos, so this time I'll be giving you details about how the season begins. So let's start. As you can imagine, the biggest surprise for me was Faith and her possible story. After William asked for Jamie's help, he and Claire said that they could take Fanny with them and that they could look after her. Things got complicated when Claire saw Fanny's necklace and heard her sing the song that, according to Fanny, was her mother's song. If you ask me, that's more than just a coincidence beyond what's told in the books. In Diana Gabaldon's book series, Fanny and Jane had a mother called Faith, but the song was never mentioned, so Claire and Jamie thought it was just a coincidence. But we already know that they will not end the show the same way as Diana's final book in the series, which has not come out yet. This suggests that there is a good chance we will see Faith's story through flashbacks in the first or second episode of Outlander Season 8. Do you think that's possible? Let me know in the comments. I know it's hard to believe that the stillborn baby we saw being buried was alive. Ironically, I can assure you that there's a reasonable explanation. Remember Master Raymond from Season 2 who also showed up in Season 7? He can be the reason. He was already a healer, and theories suggest that he has the power to bring the dead back to life. He probably wanted to keep it a secret, that's why nobody knew Faith was alive. But even if he wanted to keep it a secret, Claire and Jamie wouldn't have told anyone, so why wouldn't he just tell them? Like, do you guys have any idea why he would keep this from Claire and Jamie? And how far would he go to keep it a secret? Some think that he brought Faith back to life and took her to another time and raised her there, which means she also knew and experienced time traveling. And let's not forget that the song Fanny sang as her mother's song was from the 20th century, so there is a good chance that Faith knew how to travel in time and learned that song by herself. We can also go with the theory about Mother Hildegard. You know, after Claire gave birth to Faith, she sang the song and Mother Hildegard was there too. She was also the one who baptized and wrapped the baby for burial. Since raising a baby would be hard, Master Raymond could have taken Hildegard with him, and the least she could do was to sing the song that Claire, her mother, sang to her. But let me know what you think. Can Mother Hildegard really be the one who raised Faith? Whether she lived or not, she would be dead anyway. Jane and Fanny were little when they started working in the brothel, so there's actually no chance for us to see Faith. So if it all turns out to be true, this means Claire and Jamie also lost their granddaughter in Season 7. And I hate to say that, but William also slept with his half-niece. Crazy, am I right? With all those time traveling and supernatural elements, Outlander can be hard to follow sometimes, but I got you. And if we get back to Claire and Jamie, even if they never met with their daughter, they now have the opportunity to be with their granddaughter and raise her as they would have raised Faith. And Fanny can tell them all about her mother as far as she remembers because she's too young, and they can at least learn what she was like. We can even get flashbacks about Faith, Jane, and Fanny's lives, and that would be amazing if you ask me. After all this, do you still think it can be a coincidence? And if yes, tell me why in the comments. Let's talk about Claire and Jamie's other daughter, Bree. I finally took a deep breath when Bree and Roger found each other in the Season 7 finale. The way they hugged each other, I mean, even I felt safe. And since they were talking about which time they belonged to, I don't think that they're going back. If there were lunatics like Rob Cameron who had kidnapped my child and would do that again until they find what they want, I wouldn't go back either. Since Brie mentioned she missed her parents and it would be awkward to stay in 1739 where her dad is just a student, I think they will travel to the 1780s so that they can find Claire and Jamie. Also, in the teaser, we saw Jamie and Claire in their house at Fraser's Ridge, where Jamie says one of his iconic lines, When the day shall come that we do part, if my last words are not I love you, you'll ken it was because I didn't have time. So that's why I think they'll be going back to Fraser's Ridge again and will rebuild their burned house. Bree and her family will also meet them at Fraser's Ridge in the first couple of episodes, and I think they'll be staying there for the whole season, and that will be the way they can leave Fanny there. I can hear you asking, but why would they need to leave Fanny? Let me answer that for you. From what we saw in the leaked images, Lord John Grey would be kidnapped, so Claire and Jamie will be looking for him, and I have no doubt that they will find him. We will also have someone who will be related to John. Carla Woodcock has joined the cast of Season 8 as Amaranthus Grey. She claims to be the widow of Benjamin Grey, who is Lord John Grey's nephew, according to the books. If you think she'll be coming alone, you'll be wrong. She has her child, and she also claims that he's Benjamin's son, so he's a Grey. Again, from the leaked images, we can also see that she'll be meeting William. So, do you think we'll see their love story this season? Because they look really good together, if you ask me, but book readers know she's trouble. Speaking of new cast members, we have two more. Kieran Bew and Francis Tomalty will also join the cast as Captain Charles and his mother Elspeth. Charles is a retired British captain, so I can already see the tension that will arise between him and Jamie. Charles also dreams about raising an army on the ridge to take out rebel soldiers, and we'll see what Jamie thinks about it. Well, he won't like that, that's for sure. As for his mother Elspeth, she won't be like her son, but don't expect the friendly kind either. You may think about an old woman stereotype, but her character has more depth than we thought, and we'll be learning all about it. Okay, now for the thing I have been dying to learn for 11 years now, Jamie's ghost. We first saw him in the first episode of the first season, and we're still waiting to learn about it, and that day is finally close. First of all, Jamie has to die if we're gonna see his ghost, and it wasn't what I expected in the first place, because I've always thought that if something were to happen to him in season 8, Claire would heal him and even bring him back to life. Turns out, it may not happen because they confirmed that we'll know everything we wonder at the end of the series. So yeah, he may die. And it may be in a way that either Claire will be unable to save him or she will know that Jamie doesn't want to be saved. But do you really think Claire can let him die even though she knows that she can save him? I know I said I would focus on the start of the season, but I couldn't help myself. Jamie's ghost is the number one mystery that needs to be resolved before the show ends. And I'm glad that we'll get an explanation in season 8. Here's when we're gonna learn all the answers to our questions. We all know that Outlander season 8 will be released after Blood of My Blood season 1 is over. The first episode of the prequel will be released on August 8th, which is 3 weeks from now. And I don't expect them to release Outlander right after the prequel is over, but since Starz says season 8 is coming soon, it will definitely be released this year. So we'll be having the first episode of season 8 around December, and that means we can get the trailer around November. Do you think we'll get another teaser in the meantime? I hope so. If you'd like to learn more about Blood of My Blood, check out this video.